So I have told you that these 2 points should be considered while you are preparing a training plan. That for how much time period you want to prepare the plan, and second thing that you must have a proper complete approach by using a calendar for giving inputting your training activities. Now this is an example of a training calendar that because training area can be various, we can have different training areas, and those areas should be covered in a complete year or in any particular month in a year. And this can be only done when we'll be having a proper training calendar. When a proper schedule will be chalked out, or we'll be having a proper timetable which should be chalked out. Because until unless we are having a proper calendar of training activities, then it may happen that some of the training areas may be left untouched, or they may be left uncovered. So for this, what you have to do, we have to design a calendar like this. I've taken some example of attitude, train the trainer, job competency, sales techniques, telephone manner. These are the various areas of training on which we can train our employees. So it depends upon you that how and in which month you want to give training for which particular area. So in this manner, our training calendar should be designed. Next point is specifying training objectives. Now, what are your specified training objectives? What are your training objectives? They should be clearly mentioned or specified. Training objectives must be specific and measurable. Yes, or we can say achievable. Why? Very difficult to measure effectiveness after course is finished, because if they are not proper, then it will be very difficult for you to measure the effectiveness once the training sessions have been over. What should trainee be able to accomplish after participating in the training program? What is the desired level of such accomplishment according to industry or organizational standards? Do you want to develop attitudes, skills, knowledge, or some combination of these three? Now it depends upon you what you want, but you must specify your training objectives before designing a training program or training sessions for your employees. Point 4, designing the training program. Now it's the time to design the training program. In this, you must consider the following points: program duration, for how much time, program structure, what should be the structure of training program, instruction methods, which instruction method should you adopt, trainer's qualification, what should be the qualification of the trainer or the person whom you are calling for training, nature of trainees, what is the nature and basic characteristics or traits of trainees, support resources, materials, classroom. These all are the various aspects: training location and environment, criterion methods for assessing participant learning and achievement, criterion methods for evaluating the program. Now these are the 9 important points which should be considered or kept into mind while you are designing the training program. Point 5, selecting instructional methods. Now, training can be categorized or can be given on 2 bases. It can be either on-the-job training, OJT, or it can be off-the-job training. Now, when we are talking about on-the-job training, it means learn while you are working. You don't have to give a special time. You don't have to give extra time other than your working hours. You will be getting the training while you are working. You will be learning while you are working. And if I talk about off-the-job training, it can be either in-house training or classroom. It can be external consultancies or attending external classes, independent bodies such as government talks, distance learning from books or notes, computer-assisted learning, interactive video training, or we can say video classes, video conferencing, same as classroom, except teachers and students are in different locations. So these are the various aspects which can be used while you are giving off-the-job training. So these are the 2 types of training methods which you can adopt for training your employees. Now this is the exercise 3 based on this point. Imagine you are the training manager of a hotel that will open next year. Your GM asks you to develop a training program that aims to increase the team spirit of the newly formed executive committee members. Your GM suggests you organize a 2-day course in a resort location from 9 to 5 for 4 days. Your task is to suggest 3 training methods that suit the training theme described above. I mentioned a hint also. This is attitude, not skills, not knowledge training. Fine. So the response will be, remember your training theme was to change the individual attitudes. Employ exercises that trainees can participate in, react to, provide feedback in, receive inspiration to move on. And these are the suitable training methods you might have listed. We can go for role plays, we can go for games, we can go for simulation exercises, discussion, debate formats, experiential exercises, self-evaluation. Example, videotape trainees' performance and let them evaluate their own behavior. So this is the response for exercise 3, and you can opt anyone out of it. Now point 6 is completing that training plan. Now completing means make a consolidated training plan. Topic, knowledge, skill or attitude ingredient. Method, direct one-way communication and direct discussion, games, experiential exercises. Important as evaluation of trainees usually lies on the perception of what they did in the training session. Time, length, period, breaks, important to consider. Location, away from the office. Now, these are the topics which will complete your training program plan. Next, implementing the training program. Besides trainers' qualification, experience, participant selection, group comfort, physical and psychological, trainer and skills, effective communication, feedback mechanism, the need to learn new training skills, and preparation by trainers. Then, evaluating the training. 3 levels of evaluation. Immediate feedback you can have either, post-training test you can have, or post-training appraisals you can have. In immediate feedback, you can go for survey or interview directly after training. Post-training test, training, apply, learn task in workplace, and post-training appraisals conducted by immediate supervisors or trainees. You can opt for anyone which you feel like. And last point is training, planning future training. Last step in the training process. After taking all evaluated comments, trainers should modify the programs to keep good things and make suggested improvements. Remember, even with the same topic for different trainees, trainers should address many parts of the training process again and consider new approaches. So here we wind up with training process, and this is an example if you are having a new employee orientation session or training for freshers. 9 to 9:30 welcome speech by GM. Then we can have talk and handshake, 9:30 intro to background, slide presentation, slideshow and video tape, 3 to 4 fire safety talk, security manager, fire drill and equipment. So this was all for this session. We have covered almost every aspect of training and development. So thank you for today. This is all for today's session. Thank you everyone. I want that we should continue with such sessions in coming future also. So